So in today's video, we are going to go through the brand new black cards that have been revealed over on the Dragon Ball Super card game, the brand new color for this game. And it is starting it off with the starter deck Bardock. So we're going to go through whatever they've revealed thus far in terms of the black cards and hopefully get an idea of how the black system works at the moment here. So let's start off with Bardock as a leader. So he's a draw 1 card, unawakened, with the awakening at 4. So nothing too out of the ordinary there. Attack power is still the same, nothing crazy. Now when he is flipped over, he gets a draw 1 card ability still when attacking, and this card gets 5,000 power for the battle, essentially making him a 25,000 power attacking unit. And even on that own, I kind of like that to begin with. But he also has an additional effect here, which can be activated on battle your turn. Once per turn, look at the top card of your deck and use up to 1 battle card with Bardock's crew in its special trait in a combo. Place the rest at the top or bottom of its owner's deck, which is quite interesting. It allows you to not only like use a card to combo, but also see what's on top of your deck to see if you want to have it for the following turn or for that turn if you have another draw 1 card. Essentially, you're able to make this Bardock hit even harder, 30,000, 35,000 pretty much, and that's not really using any of your cards in your hands, which is pretty strong. Now the problem here is that it is restricted to Bardock's crew, so if the black color does diversify and it gets away from the Bardock crew trait, then this leader just becomes a little bit less useful and just is a way to look at the top of your deck to see if you want that card or not, which still will be very handy here and there. Now, this is the Super Saiyan 4 Goku leader, which you can get from the Raging Raw set, and that is Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We'll check him out as well. And so with his front side, he draw 1, and then he's able to flip at 4. And then for the Awakened side, when attacking, draw 1, activate main once per turn, use 1 energy, choose up to 1 of your battle cards, and it gets 10,000 power until the end of your opponent's next turn. A very strong ability that's both defensive and offensive, but you have to use 1 energy. If you remove an energy marker for this skill, it gets 15,000 power instead. So instead of 10,000, 15,000, that's just maybe an extra card from your opponent to actually defeat one of your cards. It's pretty good. At least you don't have to like discard a card or something like that. And then you can use it to offensively poke into your opponent, destroy a card, and then have some sort of insurance for the opponent's turn that they might not be able to kill it off. And this is a unique skill that we haven't seen thus far, boosting your cards over 10,000 plus power. In the starter deck for Bardock, we see a super combo, which is going to be Grandpa Gohan. Nothing new about super combos, but that is Grandpa Gohan representing for the black team. And this is the SR for the starter deck, which is another double strike 35,000 hitter, 5 cost, which is Super Saiyan Bardock. His unique ability compared to any other double strike character is that once per turn during your turn, activate battle. If you have 2 or more cards in the combo area, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. So very interesting. You're able to destroy a card, but you do have to invest 2 cards from your hand or on the field in order to blow it up. What sucks the most is that, just from a glance, is that if they have a blocker, which blockers aren't like too entirely strong in this game right now, but if it does, then they're able to block before you activate this effect. And then essentially, if you're double striking against the leader, I guess, you're wasting that double strike. What I'm worried about most about black right now, just from looking at this, is how many cards in your hand will you have during the end game? Is it sufficient enough to last against the other colors or not? Another Bardock crew member that we have here, 3 cost Bardock for 20,000 power, 5k combo, auto once per turn. When you use a card in a combo while this card is in a battle, play up to 1 battle card with a 2 cost or less and Bardock crew in special trait from your hand. So you have to use a combo while this card is in a battle. So you need to attack with this card essentially, or I guess if you're taking the hit. And then this is actually an okay ability. The fact that you can activate on your opponent's turn as well get you a free little 2-cost Bardock. We'll see what the 2-cost Bardock crews are. See if they are worth it or not. But pretty cool ability for sure. He is an extra card from the Bardock starter deck. 1 energy, resisting destiny, activate battle. So one of those like Gallic Guns, Kamehameha type extras for the black cards. Choose your leader or up to one of your battle cards and it gets 15,000 power for the battle. Then if you have a card in your combo area, draw 1 card. I'm assuming this counts as a card in your combo area. It would suck if it wasn't, because this is just then a worse version of Gallic Gun, I would say. But if it does count this card, because of course this is a combo, right? Then the draw 1 card is actually really sick. We know how strong Gallic Gun is. So that fact that this is just like exactly like Gallic Gun, very cool. If you need to invest another card though to get the draw 1 effect, then it's a bit questionable. Here is a vanilla 4-cost that you will get in the starter deck, grade 8 Bardock, and a 4-cost Frieza will also be in the starter deck. 25,000 power, 5k combo. We have not seen, other than the vanilla, 10k combos yet. When attacking, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a 3-cost or less, and Saiyan in its special traits and KO it. Then if you have an energy marker, choose up to 1 field in your opponent's battle area, place it in your owner's drop. That's our first deletion of the opponent's field card, which is pretty good. Maybe if this deck is fast enough to take on green, this will be our green, like a really good green counter, because there are a lot of 3-cost or less Saiyans in green as well, and some in yellow. A few in blue, and a lot in red as well. So this restriction of KOing a 3-cost or less Saiyan is pretty easy to fulfill for sure. Unless you're like versing androids, then yeah, then we're in an interesting situation. 4-cost though is quite expensive, but I think the fact that you can choose up to 1 field on your opponent's battle area makes it more than efficient, especially if you can get burst effects down. Then yeah, you definitely got the advantage there. Oob here is our first 2-cost black card. You can get him through the Raging Roar set. On play, if you removed an energy marker to use this card, draw 2 cards and discard 1 card from your hand. 10,000 as well as a 15k. So you can't really use this with the Bardock effect because you need to use the energy marker some way in order to play this card so you can get the draw 2. Interesting card to draw 2 cards, discard 1. Hopefully there's some drop card effects in here that can make the discard 1 card really effectful. Like blue has Pilaf to get stuff back. So hopefully there's a card that gets stuff back from the drop with black. Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku. So it seems as though Bardock crew is going to just get loved through the starter deck, and then anything GT related is definitely going to be in the Raging Roar. I don't know how I feel about that. Very conflicting, especially if the Bardock crew is like the better kind of system that you want to run instead of the GT. On play, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. So our Self-Awakener is a 3-cost. If you don't have an energy marker, you can place 1 energy marker. That's pretty good though. That is pretty good. For those, you can use the energy marker turn prior, or even use the energy marker for this guy and to get an energy marker back. Essentially playing him for 2, which is pretty nice for a 25,000 5k combo card. Then we have a Giru here. Our 1-cost 5k card, so our turn 1 play. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with a cost of 1 or less and KO it. So it's a Kami. Because of the nerf to Top Coup, there's less value for KOing a 1-cost than it usually is. But still something that we need anyway for the future. This is the extra card from Raging Roar. Activate main, choose up to one of your battle cards, and it gets 10,000 power for the turn. And then if there is a card with a cost of 4 or more, and Saiyan in its special trait in the battle area, draw 1 card. I don't like it as much since it's not activate battle. It's just essentially you can only activate on your turn for the draw 1 card, maybe. Then we got the Power Brothers, another 1-cost card. On play, if you removed an energy marker to use this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. Interesting. It's got a mix of like a lot of things black, which is pretty cool. But it is definitely, well, at least the GT is mainly focusing on the energy marker here. So if there's more cards that are just like this, definitely running that Super Saiyan 3 Goku at 4 is a must. When I first saw the on play to remove an energy marker, I was like, maybe it replaces the energy marker again. How cool would that be? But it's not. More like a late game kind of thing. You're not locking turn 1, turn 2, are you? And then we got our final black card that we have to have a look at. So they are now just showing Raging Roar. A lot of the commons and uncommons in the Bardock deck is pretty much hidden. But Gine is another 5k power, 1 cost card, 10,000 combo. Switch this card to rest mode during battle. Reveal the top card of your deck and use up to 1 battle card with Saiyan in its special trait in a combo. Place the rest at the top of the owner's deck. So this works well in the Bardock deck as well. If she can stick on the board, she can get really annoying, but it's so easy to get rid of her at this point in time. I don't see it to be a major effect, but it could, like, if it's like Bulma in a way for yellow. If she sticks, then it gets really annoying. The fact that your cards are just getting that free extra 10k, 5k combo for essentially free since you're not attacking. The problem is defense-wise, maybe it's a bit iffy. Unless you're using like Super Saiyan 4 Goku's effect to protect her or something like that, which would be a huge waste. Definitely it would have to see more cards from Black to determine which one I like more. I think once we see more, get into the nitty-gritty, I think the energy marker plays are going to look a little bit more meta-ish than the Bardock crew, because obviously we haven't seen any Bardock crew stuff in Raging Roar yet. So quite interesting. Black has a split system. Usually with the other colors, you know, one like green is for ramping, yellow is for locking, blue is control, and red's for negating power, or until recently it was, you know, spamming the field. Black doesn't really have a definition right now until we see like the full set, until we find out which one is better. But let me know what you guys think about the current reveals of each card. With that said, I hope you guys did enjoy. Tomorrow we'll probably cover some more news, so make sure you subscribe with the notification bell on. I'll see you guys in the next video as always. Peace.